How's it going, everybody? This is Squeeze Athens here with my second video of my first life story. Sorry about such a late upload. I've been really busy with school and outside of school activities. It's the second week this week, and I'm kind of just getting back into the hang of things. You know, getting up at 5 in the morning compared to getting up at 12 in the afternoon. It's quite a big jump for me. So you guys are going to have to give me some time to get back in the groove of things. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about one of the craziest things that's ever happened in my life, and probably the stupidest mistake I've ever made. And that is getting expelled from high school my freshman year before the end of the first trimester. So if you guys don't know what trimesters are or don't have them, it's basically like the year is divided up into 3 segments, and for each of those segments you get a different set of classes. And so the first trimester is like from the beginning of school to like right about Thanksgiving, like up till Thanksgiving break, pretty much. That's the first trimester. I didn't even get through that. So let's get on with the story, I guess. So this was about beginning October, and there was this kid I knew who I wasn't really friends with, but I was more of acquaintances with. Like, we were cool, we didn't have any problems, and he was asking me if I wanted to buy some weed from him. And at first I was like, no, not really, I'm trying to stay clean, you know. And then he ends up telling me that he sells edibles, and that got me a lot more interested because I never tried an edible before that. So my friend up the street, I talked to him about it, and he's like, come on, man, just do it, it'll be cool, do it, we can do them in school, and blah, blah, blah. And so I finally gave in and said yes, I know, peer pressure, but don't succumb to peer pressure, it's a horrible thing. So I messaged the kid on a Friday, and I was like, hey, man, I'll buy some, they were cookies, they were weed cookies, weed-infused cookies, I know, chocolate chip cookies. And so I messaged the kid. I was like, you know, he's like, how many do you want? And I said, I'll take 10, I guess. And he sold 10 to me of these chocolate chip cookies for $6, which really surprised me because 10 weed cookies for $6 is that's an amazing deal. I'm not trying to sound like you should go out and buy 10 weed cookies from your local dealer. I'm just saying, like, that kind of surprised me. So Monday rolls around because I messaged him on a Friday. So Monday rolls around, get to school with my friend, the one that we were buying together, I guess. We weren't really buying together. I was buying them, but I was gonna give him 1 or 2. And so me and my friend are trying to find this kid, and we find him, make the deal. Then me and my friend each eat 2. So there's already 4 gone. So this is not even before the first bell rang for first period, and before first period I was already high as a kite. And so first period rolls by, I go to my class, sit by my friend, and this is kind of a dick move, but my judgment was impaired, I guess you could say. So I give him one without telling him that there's weed in it, and I knew he would be chill with it. Like, he's a stoner and stuff, so I knew he'd be chill with it. And so I gave him one, and he eats it, and I was like, hey, guess what? And he's like, what? I was like, there was weed in that. And he kind of got mad, but at the same time he was kind of laughing like, dude, this is gonna be great. And everything was good. And then there was this girl, the kid who I gave it to in first period told this girl that was also in my first period about how I had them, and so she wanted one. So I was kind of like, don't really want to give you one, / kind of scared to, but she kept begging me, and she was getting really annoying, so I just gave her one. I was like, what's the worst that can happen? Well, she ends up splitting this cookie in half and giving it to this kid who I don't really like. I didn't really like in the first place. I fucking despise him now. But in the first place, I didn't really like, and I thought that he didn't smoke. He wasn't chill. He wasn't chill with weed. And so she gives the other half to him without telling him that there's weed in it. And So he eats it, and then I go over to him to tell him what's in it, and like, are you cool with this? Like, I'm so sorry, this was not my idea. And so I tell him that, and he's like, oh man, it's alright, I'll be fine, blah blah blah, I've smoked before, it's chill. I was like, okay, good. So I wasn't worried anymore, I was good. Go to second period, give 2 more away to 2 of my other friends, and at this point they're pretty much gone. So I get through the day, go home, go to a Ducks game the next day, which was pretty fun. And then the next day I ended up getting sick, so I stayed home. And then so Thursday rolls by, and I go to school, and I came in late because I had an orthodontist appointment that morning. So I came in late. This was a Thursday, so I came in during second period, and for some reason they were walking around the track. So I went out to the track, and I was walking with my friends, just talking to them, you know, just normal stuff. And then this like security manager, I guess you could call her, comes around and asked like, "Are you Nathan Goodman?" And I was like, "Yes." She's like, "Can you please come with me?" And I was like, "Sure." And I was like, "Oh no." And I already knew I was fucked at that moment. So that happens, and then she pulls me away, and we're walking into the building because we were outside. We're walking into the building, and she leads me to the security office. And at this point, I was like, "Oh fuck! Well, here we go." And so we get into the security officers. There's my associate principal, 2 associate principals, and our school's police officers in there. So at this point, I already knew I was screwed, and I thought this was really funny. But the first thing that the cop says to me right as I walk in is, "So I heard you were a pretty good baker with those cookies, huh?" And I was like, well, I'm fucked. I better tell the truth. So I told the truth. I didn't want to dig myself in a deeper hole. I already knew they had evidence. I knew that I was just fucked. And so I told them everything, you know, where I got them from, blah, blah, blah. It was really shitty because I had to spend the entire day in this random room with no food. I couldn't go to lunch, nothing. And I had to give the names of all my friends, but I kind of saved some friends, I guess, by didn't telling their names. The people I knew that I still wanted to remain friends with, I didn't give their names, but the other people I really didn't give a shit about, so I gave their names out. So yeah, and so they call my parents at the end of the day. They picked me up, and they took everything from me. Computer, well, I didn't have my computer back then. Xbox, monitor, phone, drum kit, guitar, everything. And so I ended up getting expelled, and long story short, I had to go to an alternative high school for the rest of my freshman year. And that was interesting. Some parts good, some parts bad, mostly bad. But it was a growing experience, and I guess if you're going to learn anything from this, don't take drugs at school. Please don't take drugs at school or do drugs at school. If you're going to do weed, I don't care if you do weed or, you know, whatever your deal is, just don't bring it to school or do it in school. It's a terrible idea. You get screwed over in a heartbeat, get expelled. I mean, it's a terrible thing. So, hope you guys enjoyed the story. I had a really good time making this. Should be uploading another video tomorrow. I don't know whether it's going to be a story or what, but I will be uploading tomorrow. Thank you, and I really hope you enjoyed. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.